trust the work to stay with you, and use this as an opportunity to set a tone for your week till we see each other again. What do you retain and work on? As you get better at it, you will learn how these tools can be applied intentionally. So if you know you're going to work with your root chakra, you can do a yoga practice and a meditation that are designed to help your root chakra. You can do goddess pose as a break throughout your day. If you commit to working on one chakra all week, you're going to go deeper, and over time, it's going to be far more beneficial. And with that, you can begin. I'd like to invite you into a reverence for this work. When we do this, we are with divine presence. They're here. They, plural. Watch us, help us. Those temple is a presence. It's a vibrational presence that we invite ourselves into, and we invite into our own aura. To feel reverence for this is the humility to retain it, to carry it with us. When we do these sessions, please be present in this way. And when in doubt, take a breath. Take another. Feel. If I ask you to choose 5 words, Casey. Choose 5 words. Just take a little moment and say 5 words of where we're going to start, but you can't have more than 5. Interesting. I'm going to give you 3 words, Casey. I trust you. I think you are a fundamentally good person. I think you're struggling with incredible power within yourself.
There we go, Daniel. My apologies. I don't know what was going on.
Wait. There we go, Daniel. My apologies. I don't know if you're already over your limit. 5 words. What are 5 words, Casey?
I don't know what's going on with my computer. It literally just freaked out.
No, I need to get out of here.
This is wild.
This is wild. We can hear you now, Casey. Can you hear us?
Yeah, finally we caught up. Okay. All right. Interesting.
All right. Let's start. Actually, we're well into the session. This is beautiful. Psychic energy affects computers very easily. I'm still working on shutting down the radios when they're really loud when they drive by me. That's my next step. Casey, just you don't have to take a long time. 5 words that describe where you are today.
Extreme gratitude. Unconditional love without reason.
That sounds great. Do you trust yourself, Casey?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, just keep breathing, all right? I never mean to kick on you. Interested. Pick on you, Casey. You're
happens
intense,
to me everywhere. It's just coming across naturally.
You're intense, man. You're intense. I was telling we had another meeting and you actually came up and I said, dude, I love it when he shows up. It's like we got Texas on the team. You're awesome. And I think a valuable practice for you is to slow down and find the rhythm of your talking. So you don't skip from one thought to another and you breathe and feel yourself. I think what's underneath the surface of Casey is pretty cool. What about you?
Yes, I'm excited. Extreme excitement could have been included if I had some other words
Nice.
to use there.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are you
And
blaming
I,
other? Wait, I want to ask you a question. All right. How do you feel this past week about blaming other people or yourself for bad feelings?
you know, you may read more into this than I do, but I feel that I do a pretty good job of taking ownership over that. That's something that I began working on well before any sort of spiritual awakening began, from a book called Extreme Ownership, that I read for like business acumen. And Above the Line was really the most influential book that taught me to stay above the line, meaning no blaming, complaining, and defending. So, yeah. But do you ask because you read?
I see an internalization of a lot of energy. Like your shoulders look burdened, man. What's on your shoulders? Try again. Notice how this works.
Mhm.
I trust things like that. You were just silenced.
Me too.
So I trust that whatever you were saying was not fully, at least not coming from the deepest place in you. If I were to give you complete permission to decide how you spent your time all week long, what's the biggest thing that you would change in how you spend your time?
I would spend my time helping, I guess interacting with other people more, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you make that a priority for the next week.
Yes.
Excellent. Now I want to keep the focus on this because Casey could talk a lot about a lot of different things. So we're going to keep the focus on this theme. Who would you most like to interact with more?
Whoever wants to hear me talk.
Now, I might pick on you about that answer, Casey.
That's fine. I'm just being honest. I mean, because
I know, and I like it.
I feel very fulfilled with my small circle. You know what I'm saying? And where I feel I struggle is that, like, being patient and not feeling like I need to share everything every time, every opportunity. And I'm really eager.
No, look at that. Where I feel this is a complete thought. Where I struggle is not feeling like and then you say and then you move on to another thought. So I'm picking on you now. I said I wasn't going to pick on you, or I don't mean to pick on you. Now I'm picking on you. Why is your answer who wants to listen to me?
Because I feel that I have a lot to share, but I want to be in a position where I'm sharing it with people that I could benefit, that I could help. And just that genuinely, meaning I say it kind of poking fun at myself, but I mean it from that perspective. I want to be able to help people, and I don't want to be in a position. It's not like I don't need my voice heard, meaning I don't want to share things with people where it's not going to benefit them. That's not what I'm after. So it's, I guess, trying to discern that.
Okay. Disprove me. I'm okay being wrong, but I'm challenging you here. Because what I get is that you're stringing so many thoughts together because you're scared at something underneath the surface. So you're afraid to rest with one idea. That's what it feels like to me.
I'm afraid to initiate anything is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid.
You're not. You start all sorts of statements and conversations.
No, I'm invited into a space in which that allows me to do so. You know what I'm saying? You won't fight like I'm on volley. Y'all don't see me initiating on volley, right? But I watch. I'm present. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So what is it that you have to say that's not being said? Because I think you're saying a lot of other things, but I'm trying to get it underneath.
I just I just feel that I feel like I've got a role as a teacher and educator. I guess that's it. I don't know. I want to be able to. When I first kind of woke up, if you will, began to remember, I was like, it's my job to help people separate from their ego. That's where it started. It's like, I've got to help people kind of realize how it needs to happen. And then, my own progress there began to happen. And I began to then realize, it's about a negative ego perspective, how necessary the ego is, and all this evolution. And that began to set in this thought of, well, like, I want to share. I've got this big, like, burning desire to share, and for the purposes of helping people. But it's like, I don't know that I'm quite ready for it. I don't still know quite feel like
I think you might have
necessarily.
I think you might have some pain that needs to heal first.
Perhaps.
Can you feel your heart right now? Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? So when you talk, I want you to keep feeling your heart. You can say whatever you want, but stay with your heart.
Okay. Now I just feel like listening.
Hey, Casey. I love you, man.
I love you too.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I think you've taken shit, man. I think you've taken some shit, and you've learned to develop yourself into a little bit of a fire that, like, backed people off. And so now you found yourself around people who you're like maybe don't want to back off, and you're learning how to settle in. And you're welcome here. And you're within our boundaries. We can handle you. And I think you're really special. I think you're really special.
I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you.
One thing you need to do for yourself today that you're likely not to do unless we help you?
I don't know. I can use guidance here, I guess. I don't know. Because again, I led with genuinely, I'm in a place of such gratitude. Okay. Last week, I would have had a different response. You know what I'm saying? I had a tremendous week, and it was more about, like, just things coming together. And I was explaining to my wife, it felt like our family, not in a crazy tornado spinning, but a slow little spin. It was a little bit out of control, but now things just feel nice and calm, almost like we're in a little time
You notice
capsule.
I don't know if you noticed, but you're getting cut off again. The mic is shutting you down, dude. Casey, do you remember what my question was?
What is something that you need to do for yourself today that you wouldn't do otherwise unless maybe we help you out here? I hang on to it, brother. I don't know. Right. Be quiet, listen more. I've got some things going on. I don't know.
Walk. Do you take walks, Casey?
When the urge comes, and I love it when it happens because I love nature. I love being out there.
Can we inspire you to do a walk? I think a walk would do you some good.
Yeah.
Is it warm enough that you could go barefoot a little bit of it?
Oh, heck yeah. You're speaking my language,
Excellent.
Brother. Yes. I don't mind being that guy.
All right. With our inspiration, would you take a walk today?
Yeah.
Barefoot. Love that earth. We can't quite do it here yet.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Excellent, Casey. I think you're at the edge of a lot, man. And I absolutely think you have a great role to play, but there's no rush, okay? There's no rush. You're safe. You don't have to prove yourself. We will be cheering you on when it's time, but I do think you need to settle in and get a little better at taking care of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, Casey.
Thank you.
Thank you for being
Yo.
here, Fergus.
I am welcome. You are welcome.
You are welcome. You did a great thing last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate your trust. When I was 25, so older than you, that's when I went through my first deep awakening, and I got thrown way into the future. And so I knew myself as someone I was supposed to learn how to be. I think that's what you're wrestling with. I think you got thrown really far into who you're going to be in the future, and it was just really difficult to incorporate and integrate.
Yes, and the difference between my physical life, my surroundings, like, and the stuff that's going on in my brain, along with learning Tree of Life, and like
Yeah.
I can like interpret archetypal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but I can't really speak easily about the situation.
Yeah. So look, man, I'm not going to dissuade you from this, but I do want you to understand the challenge you're taking on, okay? The Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, study of the Tree of Life was traditionally reserved to men over 40 who had families. And the reason was it's not about dominance per se. It's about you need to be really grounded to learn about this stuff because it just takes you into the stratosphere.
Yeah, like wiping the diaper.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Exactly. There's nothing more grounding than a baby crying. It'll rip you right back to earth.
That yeah. So I had like massive maybe dissonance is a word, but like, or back and forth, and I would to ground myself, I'd like consume stuff and like in a
Yeah. And it works a little bit. You know, like cannabis can bring you back to earth in a certain respect. It's ironic.
that's actually helped me last a few times. It's become available to connect with like a grander vision of like, but in a relaxed way, because I always end up, I don't smoke very much because it's always like a descent for me, like shadow work just happens automatically when I smoke.
Yeah. So let's just take a step back though first, and I think it's powerful for the rest of us to witness you. Like you've already opened up a great channel. It's a bold move, man. like good for you. This is a big wrestling match you've taken on in this life. You set some high, awesome, wonderful standards, and I'm glad. Good for you.
Thank you.
Now, my conviction, first and foremost, is I think you were susceptible to being conned because you were legitimately doubting the wash of different forces running through your mind. And this is something that happens, particularly to other young men who awaken. It's a very big window of like when basically they can make drastic decisions of different sorts that go wrong.
Yeah,
it's okay, man. You
yeah,
got company. You got company.
That's brought up something that wasn't present in my mind, but I thought about it after last week's lightning session.
I really, you carry it. You carry it, and you carry it in a way that doubts yourself, and I don't want you to. I want to be present with you to help you just double down. Like, okay, don't make that mistake again. You know, like I don't want you to resist the awakening energy because it's your medicine now.
Yeah, that's clear. It's like it's resolving itself, but the communication type thing, that's like the challenge to, but also the medicine.
Yeah. I think you could chill out on putting pressure on yourself to have to do a good job communicating yet. Okay? You've got time. You're early, dude. Like you're early. You saw way in the future. Like now you have a unique challenge because a lot of people don't try to make such a big leap. So your unique challenge is actually to cultivate some patience and discipline. I want you to do an Aikido roll on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk. Or let's see. Yeah, that was okay. That was okay.
It was okay, you know? A little gentle on the shoulder would be helpful, but
Mm.
you know, rough it up a bit, okay?
Yeah. Shoulder to hip, so only like this much of your spine touches the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't be a perfectionist. Like it's okay to get some bumps and bruises.
Yeah. Perfectionism held me back a bit with
Yes.
progress.
I've noticed. Yeah. Like chill out, dude. I didn't start till I was 25, okay? That's not true. I was doing Aikido at 22.
Ooh. I was doing it before.
Ah. Berg,
There's actually, yeah.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you
You're
very
awesome,
much.
man. I love your goals. Be patient. Be patient, please. And really develop the discipline to ask yourself, okay, cool. It's awesome to look way into the future. It's awesome to go way into the depths. What's to do today? Because I think you have such grand intensities on a certain level that you lose sight of today and tomorrow and like planning month by month.
I want to be honest though, because I haven't done that. I've been like present in a different way of like a mysterious type of presence.
By the way, my
which
shoulder
is-
already feels kind of like glowy. It's happy.
Oh, that's a good description.
Yeah. You know, it's good for me. I knew I could do that even if it like bumped me up a little bit.
Yeah. But I think like you're picking up, or like you're maybe assuming that I've got like more clarity than I actually do have. I don't have much clarity.
No,
but
I'm not assuming that. I'm assuming that you're reaching too hard for clarity. And I don't think peace rests there. I think peace rests in developing a little bit more healthy habits. Do you have a morning routine?
Of no, but recently I've discovered the standing flower. That was really great to learn. Like really, like a few days ago, and it helped Aikido.
Awesome. And you could do a fast version, you know, like on days when I have less time, I do a version like I did in the middle of class. And then on days when I have more time, I do a 15-minute version. And then if I do it every day, I typically will do a standing flower one day and a grounding flower another. Standing, grounding. And then you could deepen it. I want to help you develop a rhythm each day. Do you get up and drink a glass of water?
Yeah, I guess so.
Excellent. How about get outside quick and breathe the air?
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right.
I've heard. Okay. Yeah.
There. That's it. Get up, get a glass of water, step outside. If it's warm enough, 40 degrees is warm enough. You can do the standing flower outside. If you're too unhappy, go back inside and do the standing flower. Then choose what you do next. Try that. Just try.
Standing flower outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Got a lovely nearby park.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I have let sort of limitations be like within my like living like house.
Yeah. You're trying to develop clarity before you act in a certain respect. And the beauty of the standing flower and the beauty of developing just some healthy basic habits that you trust is that you don't have to think clearly. You just do them and it will help bring clarity to your thoughts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can go for a wee now.
All right.
Thank you. I feel some energy.
Bless you, Fergus.
Build a rhythm. Okay.
Build a rhythm. You feel good? Do you have anything else you need to share before we part?
Oh, I feel the presence of spirit. Like you said, anything you need to say, and I just heard my ear start ringing. But and just I was doing the standing flower, watching the YouTube video, and then suddenly like I felt like consciousness like difference in a very big contrast to like normal waking. And you said like collective energies have a certain stuff, and like the UK, like South England, might be different to America. But spirit feels like it felt sort of impersonal when when my consciousness changed, because what I'm used to is such personal things that before I thought spirit was like a friend or something, but really it's like a clean sheet and it waits for you.
Yeah.
Which
It doesn't necessarily stay that way, but I trust it when it comes in that way, because it's a good time to be a little more neutral and just cultivate that neutrality for a bit, and then bring depth in from a healthier habit space.
Yeah. And is there much difference between like angelic realm and spirit?
I don't even think it's that simple a distinction. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And so the thing to cultivate the most is, how do you recenter here? Like what the keyring does is it detaches from everything. It's like a reset button with Tos Temple. And that happens to be in tune with the Christ consciousness earth, by the way. But it starts with just putting us in ourselves. It just puts us in ourselves, and then we can make another choice. What do we pay attention to after that? And then we get overwhelmed and we just go back, put it back in ourselves again and again. And then we begin to make more intentional choices. Now, look, there are spirits in your yard, man. There are collective consciousness energies floating through the air. The fear body right now is intense. Like Russia's gonna nuke everybody. Like feel how many people are afraid of that right now. Like you need to be able to detach from these things, and then you can intentionally connect with them. Would you drive a car without a brake? So
go faster in the corner.
Exactly. So it takes time. It takes time to develop the disciplines that enable you to be the person that I know you've gotten in touch with. Okay.
When we did the crown, like first temple, when you said it out loud, I said it as well, and I saw the blue light, and a little quick blue flash of, or like tiny dot of blue, like.
Awesome. I feel it as you say it. It's just like all the more vivid. Good job.
Cheers.
Cheers, Fergus. Thank you for being here.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigato. And so Emiliano will be the last for this week. If you know who's waited, Angie, we can keep that in mind for next week.
Okay.
Emiliano, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm a lot better. I'm doing good.
That's good to hear.
Where are we beginning, Emiliano?
I feel like solar plexus. So I have there's two things I want to ask you about. One is I keep having this dream of it's me, my wife, and then my ex in the background. Like it's in a college setting. It's always in a college setting because that's where I dated my ex, and like I feel like I'm over her, but like she just like in the dream is like we're hanging out. I'm hanging out with my wife or whatever, and we're going to the pool, hanging out at the dorms, and then she's in the background, like talking to us or like just chilling as friends. So I just find it. I don't know what to make of it. I find it a bit odd.
So breathe. It's in your heart, man. Breathe with your heart. You still got grief from it. You're almost like trying to make up for it. Like you're afraid to be happy because you're abandoning her. Can you make a prayer every time you worry about her, or even she comes to your mind? What's her name?
Gracie.
Gracie. So every time you think of Gracie, just make a prayer that she be guided with the love that she needs. And it's a little bit of work, one purpose. So we want to convert any dream or hint of wisp of thought of her, just becomes a notification bell. Give her another prayer. May she receive the love she needs in her life. And then do this. Can you do this? It's not enough. It's not enough. How did you break up with her?
She broke up with me. She was, well, I was a very low vibrational person, and that was one of my first ego deaths that I had. That breakup, it was brutal. I went crazy, Daniel, for months. It took me a year to get over her, and then it was very difficult for me because she was great. She was this wild.
Okay, now do this deeper. Fuck you, Gracie. You can't dump your shit on Emiliano. I get it, but you know what happened? You internalized that everything was your fault. She was part of that equation going awry. I need you to be really present, like defending your boundaries. You're getting married, dude. There's no space for her, okay? So you took on some of her energy in that breakup. Like you were a failure. If only you could have been better for her. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck you, Gracie. Get out of Emiliano. Seriously. I mean it. I mean it. Oh, and by the way, may you be present with the love you need to live to have a wonderful life. You can do both those things, okay? With a little bit of sass to it. But you need to draw a sacred circle around your marriage, man. Like there's no space for her in here.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Yes. That's better. And by the way, good job. You used that time as a catalyst to become a better person, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
And you were a bit of an ass. Like, I understand why she dumped you. It's all true. Do you get how like all of these things could be true? Can you be at peace with that? Like it's not as simple as one of these measures. Yeah, just like let your mind go, man. You don't need to understand it. What's one thing you can do for yourself today that you're likely not to do for yourself unless we help you? Mm.
Not sure. I feel like I'm taking.
Oh, we've lost your vote. We've lost your audio. So while we didn't get your audio, what I got was, have you tried what's the longest sun surrender you've done?
I haven't tried this. I've tried the 11-minute one, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
I've been
All right. Try the 25-minute one.
will do.
All right.
And
I think you're ready for like an up in power, dude.
I think so too.
And
And
as you do, it's a prayer for your root. Your root, like marriage gets from the sacral and heart down into the root. You're like programming in a life when you get married. So think about that. I want you to do the full sun surrender soon. I think you can. I don't think you're far away.
I will. I'll get working on it.
And communicate, because a bunch of people have done it already, and some people are working on it, and this is just a lovely challenge, and it really deepens your root. Okay.
Okay.
There's still something though. There's still something, Emiliano. Like
You-
you're scared of yourself, man. Why are you scared of yourself?
Because I feel like lately my energy triggers people. Like I've been trying to hold that higher and it just I can feel my stepdad when he walks into the room, like my energy. I don't have to do anything. Like literally, like I can feel him just and I'm like your negativity doesn't faze me anymore. So
Well,
like I feel like I'm trying to dim myself because I don't want to get a reaction out of people, maybe. And like, I don't know.
so I think like the wolfing was the huge, okay? But the thing is, if this is designed so you have to come back, it's a question you need to ask, like, because the only answer to this one is separation, dude.
Hmm.
I think you might be in store for more personal attention, and maybe consider it, okay? Because on this issue, it's deeper than we can resolve in this moment.
There's something else, Daniel, that I started a startup when I first joined Wildflower Fire. I was working super hard. I was working with AI. My goal was to train AI to take care of ecosystems, farms, fish tanks. It ended up not working out, and when I did my taxes, I closed the startup. I did it final, and then investors started reaching out to me. So I'm like, I let go of that, but now I'm a little bit confused. Now my mind is like, do I make it work with the woofing? Do I meet up with them and tell them that, okay, I can make this work for farming?
Okay, Emiliano, focus on your heart right now. While you feel your heart, what brings you to life?
My wife, being with nature.
But stop. There's your answer. Let it go. Go spend some time in nature. Get your hands in the dirt. You got it. You're on the right path.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you, Emiliano.
I love you all. Thank you so much.
Let's just take a minute to center in the heart here, people. Okay, we've been on a wilder ride. I like it. I really appreciate all of you. We're creating something amazing.